welcome to the latest episode of the Grumble and Grouch show. Today, we decided to watch Wicked.
Wicked? We're like, what?
I don't know, I'm not sure why we chose this movie.
I thought we chose it because you were attracted to Ninja Turtles. Didn't you used to play with Ninja Turtles when you were little?
I did.
Yeah.
Okay,
I think that's why you chose it, bro.
No, I chose it because I really liked The Wizard of Oz, the original movie. I watched it maybe 20 times my entire life. Really love the movie. It is a musical. There's a couple songs in it. But I was like, if it follows that, pattern, I'm
By
sure.
By couple, you mean 100? Like,
yeah, no, the original had like maybe 4 or 5 songs.
Oh, man.
All memorable, all great songs. This movie, like 20 songs, and none of them.
Forgettable.
Yeah. Every song sucked. Maybe like one song, I kind of thought, well, that's not terrible, but
because
overall,
you're popular.
Yeah, I think that was it. But other than that, all really forgettable. Nothing interesting about the song. They're very, very generic. So the movie begins. There they are at Munchkin Land.
6 feet. People are like 6 feet tall in Munchkin Land.
Why call them Munchkins? Oh, because you're like maybe a half an inch shorter than regular people. Oh, they're little Munchkins. Yeah, I was like, dude, this is some monstrous Munchkins. So, okay, well, it's already starting off with a bad foot, in my opinion. The Munchkins are not freaking very Munchkin-like. They're kind of monstrous Munchkins. So then it starts off, and there is...
They're just celebrating. They hear
yeah,
that...
because the Wicked Witch is dead, and they're all celebrating that, and Glenda's there. And
who comes to deliver the news? The good news?
Yeah, the Good Witch.
The Good Witch.
Yeah. Glenda's there with the Munchkins, and the next scene, they actually show, from behind, they show Dorothy and the other 3, the Tin Men, the Scarecrow, and the Lion. Yeah. And they're wandering down the Yellow Brick Road to Emerald City. And at Emerald City... they meet the wizard, and supposedly the wizard is supposed to take them back to...
We don't get to see that part.
No, they don't show that. So,
but we see Glenda. What you think of Glenda?
I didn't care for her. I thought she did nothing like the original actress. They could have found somebody who looked, as attractive as... Not a huge fan. I thought she's way too skinny, way too short. I mean, the girl that they got to cast, beautiful, tall, attractive girl. This girl is scrawny, not that cute... Bad cast, in my opinion. And don't even get me started on the freaking witch. Oh, she looked pretty bad.
She was green.
She was green, yeah. That's for sure. Okay, so then after that scene, they show... now they got flashbacks. How the witch became the witch she is today.
Which right? I think before that, I found very interesting. Like, the little kids, ask her, what... Like, why was she evil or something? And she was like, well, we don't know each other's lives, Everybody goes through something. And then she's about to leave, and then another kid asks her, it's like, we heard that you were friends with the witch. And she's we just crossed paths. Yeah. Meanwhile, the whole movie's based on their friendship. The whole movie,
it's like the last 5 years together. Yeah. All of a sudden, she's like, I barely knew her. Grouch and I had many discussions during this movie. Why is this happening?
And people were like, shh, shut the hell up.
Yeah, we got a lot of shushes and quiet.
Next time we should wait till the movie.
Yeah, next time that's a good idea.
In the car ride or something.
Write that down. Yeah, so we're watching the movie, and I was like, why is it that she's green? Because she had a green potion? That didn't make sense. Because the guy was drinking something green. They don't explain why she's green. They don't explain why she has this telekinesis. All of a sudden, she has telekinesis? She never had telekinetic powers in the original Wizard of Oz. All of a sudden now she's like Jean Grey, and she can move everything with her freaking when?
No, she's like Jean Green.
Jean Green. That's true. Okay, she was Jean Green.
She's the new Jean Green.
I just want to figure out how she got with the X-Men, but okay. So
she got with the gay man in this movie, bro.
Yeah, dude.
Oh my god, the amount of gay people.
Dude,
and I don't have anything against gay, but...
No, neither do I, but literally this entire movie was nothing but women and gay men. That's it. There was not a straight man in this entire movie.
And I'm questioning the Prince Charming guy.
Yeah, absolutely, because the Prince Charming and the Wizard of Oz seem to have something going there. I don't know.
So we don't know about him.
Yeah. And then, you know what? Here's another problem I had, too, is like Glenda, the Good Witch. She was like every stereotype of like a white Karen woman. She's like, She's opinionated. She's shallow. She's privileged.
Selfish.
She's snobbish, selfish. And that's what huge problem I have with this movie.
The whole world revolves around her.
Yeah. She's your stereotypical what's wrong with white women trope. And there it is, you know. And then the Wicked Witch, she's an amazing, wonderful girl who never did anything to anyone. She's like a perfect saintly woman. And if you don't like her, well, you're racists. You're a bunch of racists. She's an amazing woman. And you should accept that. Yeah, they jammed that narrative down your throat. Didn't like it. I hated that aspect of the movie.
You say you didn't like her as the green girl, as a character.
Yeah. That's another thing too. Is could they have possibly cast a less attractive woman? I don't think so. I don't think it's. You could not have cast an uglier broad than this girl. That freaking nose. And that face? And those freckles? No.
All I know is that when I was watching the movie, all I could think about is, I can't wait for the next Ninja Turtles movie.
No. I
was like, Donatello, I can't wait to see you again. Cowabunga, dude.
I thought you were watching Sesame Street. Kermit, it's you. Where's Miss Piggy?
Well, we saw Miss Piggy, bro. She was carrying.
They did have a
She was
cameo.
carrying Miss
They
Glenda
did have a
away, bro.
cameo of Miss Piggy. She eventually showed up. But to be honest, there were like 3 or 4 Miss Piggies.
Anyways,
yeah.
No, but on that note, like on all honesty, like for real, it is so ridiculous that everybody's in such shock of a normal green girl when there's animals talking.
Bro, yeah.
There's people. There's guys in skirts. There's like
this movie was diversity on steroids. There's every race, color, creed represented. They have Professor Goats. They had Professor Zebras and cows. You name it, they were there. And all of a sudden, a green girl's like, "Oh my God, what is that?
What about abomination?"
Yeah.
Like, seriously?
Oh my!
That's the
God.
least of your problem.
Yeah, the diversity was off the charts, and they see a green girl, and they are the most disgusted thing they've ever seen. And then a girl comes in a wheelchair. They're kind of disgusted with her too. Like, nobody lose the ability to walk in this city. It was just very tropey, incredibly tropey. Where, you know what? That's the problem with society. They refuse to accept people that are different. Damn you, people, for not accepting green people. Or, you know.
Well, I don't accept green people.
Another issue I had.
Another one? Oh, man.
And they established from the jump that this girl, what's her name? Kermit? What's her name? Elzaba?
Alfalfa?
Elzaba?
Like I don't know.
So they established...
Elfina.
Elfina. They established from the jump that her father is a tyrant and treats her horribly. Very, very mean guy. And
He's the governor.
He's the governor. Constantly
Or
putting
mayor
her
or something.
down, making her feel bad. But you know what that does to... Evidently, you know what that does to little girls? It makes them uber confident. Because she shows up to town, nobody can talk to her. She's just like strutting her stuff. Elzaba. She's walking around like she owns that place. What happened to her entire life being put down by her daddy? Nope. She's uber confident. And no man or anyone else can tell her what to do. Yeah. Right. Yeah, but they established that.
But yeah, I tell Miss Grouch when she says, "Do I look fat in these jeans?" I'm like, no. It's the end of the world.
Yeah.
But this girl can take
any
freaking...
Any insult or a divisive comment to her. It's like, how dare you? You know, she just struts it off and walks off.
She's strong green woman. She's a strong green woman. Anyway, she flips out. She flips out because of her sister, right? She's dropping her off at school, and she kind of flips out. And
Right. To be honest, I thought that originally I thought that Elizabeth, she was gonna try to go to that school, but the whole point is her sister is enrolled in that school. Yeah. But here we go too. They have to establish a lot of stuff in this next movie. Why is she green, Elizabeth, or the Wicked Witch?
The potion?
But wait a minute, they're the only people who have this potion. Only people in the entire world who drink this potion, and the only green person because of that potion. Doesn't make sense. Why is she green? And on top of that, how does she have this telekinesis? Nobody else has telekinesis. How is that she has this power? She's established, she's telekinetic. No one else can do that.
The potion, bro.
The potion. Bro, I cannot wait to see this next movie, bro, because they got a lot of explaining to do.
I can wait. I'm not watching it. Just for the record, Miss Grouch wanted to see this movie. So I've seen this movie twice. So that's why I'm so miserable.
Dude, it was just hard to sit this. It was really... And listen, I love the original Wizard of Oz. What do you like, 5, 6 songs tops? All memorable, good songs?
I don't remember.
First of like 20 songs in this movie. Other than like one who I thought was like satisfactory, all of them sucked.
Because I'm popular.
Really unmemorable, garbage songs. It starts off with such a generic, weak-ass song, and then they keep singing, and more. I was like, dude, are they going to sing every scene in this movie? Thank God eventually they cut back on the singing, but a lot of singing, very disappointing.
So then we see the player 333.
Yeah.
She comes out and she sees how Alfalfa were, she whatever.
Yeah.
Ghetto Elizabeth, I don't know. She sees how she has actual powers, and so she actually wants her to stay. And so eventually her...
Oh, right. So what happens is
convince her,
Elizabeth gets pissed off at some point, and now she uses her telekinesis to move stuff around.
Right.
And everyone's like, oh, how did you do that? And the head honcho, that Asian broad...
Player 256.
Player 256. If you watch Squid Game, she's in Squid Games. 256. So she goes down, and she's like, oh, your magical powers, join us. Even though she's just there to escort her crippled little sister. So, come join us. She's okay. Just like that. And then they wander off to her little...
And that's how Galinda and Cowabunga dude get to share rooms.
Right. So, and they're like, who is going to share the room with this green freaking Kermit? And then Glenda, she falls over somehow. And says, oh, you volunteer? You're going to take her. And there we have it. That's how the movie begins. Okay, so then eventually, it doesn't take long to establish this. The problem I have with a lot of these movies, they always have to have the villain. Oh, who is the big villain?
Who was the villain?
You know who the villain was? It was humanity. And it was humanity.
I guess that's why I didn't see it.
It was humanity because humans dare to subjugate animals. And the animals in this movie were all scientists, professors, and the best among us.
Well, they're at shit's university.
Yeah, bro. It was so ridiculous in this movie where all of the best people were the freaking animals. They had a goat, and Grouch told me who the goat was. The guy who did the voiceover was Tyrion Lannister from Game of Thrones, and he did the voice of the goat. And it's so stupid too. Is like at one point they have this like covert meeting, and a bunch of animals they could get together to discuss what are they going to do about all of these animals who are being oppressed, and those damn humans. Well, I guess I thank God it wasn't just white people; it was black people too. Black people and white people were oppressing these poor animals, and this is what I love, or I think is just so funny about some of these movies. One of the oppressed animals was like a jaguar or like a cheetah or some kind of, and immediately I thought, okay, so what does that guy eat? Does he eat like freaking like grass? Does he eat wheat? No, I guarantee he eats other animals. What animals is he? Is he oppressing other animals? So the oppressed are oppressing other. Once you introduce these animals as oppressed and they're innocent victims, what is that cheetah eating? Is he eating grass? No. He's eating other sentient animals. And even like the chickens are, I think, were sentient and talking. so stupid. Why introduce that? That was never part of the original movie where he had talking animals. Other than well, I guess the cowardly lion, but he was like a straight lion. He was like a part lion, part human hybrid. But in this movie, they're all just like straight up cheetah, goat, chicken. They're all just like talking like normal people would.
What I find so interesting is that at the end we find like they're trying to oppress this animal, like the wizard, right? And there's no real reason.
Right.
Like the animals are smart, they're sophisticated.
Right.
They're not. You don't see them doing riots and burning up targets, or you know what I mean. Like,
but yeah, exactly. What's their beef against these animals? They never really established that. You know.
Why can't you co-live with with that smart?
And they're
animal?
like, for whatever reason, humanity has it out for all animals.
Mm-hmm.
If you're going to establish that, you gotta make us get behind that idea. I say, oh, okay, that makes sense. Why would they do this? Those poor animals. And at one point, they love to pull at your heartstrings, and they get this like little baby cheetah, and the guy just starts smacking it around for no reason, and like, oh, again, they're just trying to pull at your heartstrings. Oh, these evil humans. That evil white guy is just smacking that poor little cheetah around.
But again, no reason.
Why?
There's
why
no purpose.
do that?
There's nothing.
What's the end game? Why do this? You know, it makes no sense. But why they do it? Because the director. All right, we need to make this guy evil. We need to make this animal sympathetic. It's just you're creating these narratives to pull at people's heartstrings to make them think a certain way. I resent that. I think this movie was garbage from beginning to end. Why? It's because it's constantly trying to manipulate you into thinking a certain way. And I was like, yo, screw this movie, man. I didn't care for it. They bring Elizabeth to the city, and now they know she has powers. She has telekinesis. And so the Asian broad, number 433.
Player 436.
Player 436 is like, come join me. And then they're going to sit down and chit-chat. As I think, in this movie, I have never seen so much homosexual vibes. And that's this Asian broad, you cannot tell me she did not want to get in the pants of Elsbeth. There were so many scenes where she's like all over her. I don't know, I just got vibes where she just wanted to get with Elsbeth. Did you catch? You didn't catch that?
No.
I felt that she's holding her hand many times.
I just felt like that was who they were waiting for. Like the true Wizard of Oz. Like that's the wizard probably told player 255 that like they truly need like the real Messiah, like the real wizard, like the people everybody's waiting for.
Why does she have that power? Why does she,
well,
they don't explain it.
Yeah,
they got a lot of explaining to do. It's just dumb.
But so I just felt like she was very like inclined to treat her soul so nicely, right? Because like she could be the future. They expect her to be the future of the whole Oz empire.
And one thing I want to throw out there right now too is every time there's a villain, every time they're either white or Asian, you will not get anyone that's black or brown being the villain. Mark my words, in this movie, watch this movie, everyone that's evil or bad, white or Asian. That's it. Make that what you will, but it's 2024 and 2025. That's the MO of the movie industry nowadays. Another problem too is that it's the one trope they love making these movies is she's so powerful. She's so amazing, but she can't control her powers. She needs someone to help her. That was basically the premise of the entire movie. Is the Wicked Witch, Elsbeth, she could not control her powers, and she needs someone to help control her powers. And then the lesbian Asian broad tried to help her.
Player 251.
Player 251 tried to help her. And she was in, by the way, for all you viewers, she was in Squid Game. She was player 251.
Anyways, I was very unfortunate to have watched this movie twice, and I remember the first time I watched it, I looked at Miss Grouch, and she was crying, bro. She was tearing up, and there was a scene where, like, I guess we find that.
There was a scene where where Elsbeth,
we don't even know that's her name.
Kermit goes to a party. and she decides to put on all these moves, and completely a cappella. There's no music. All of a sudden, it's dead. You can hear a freaking pin drop, and at this moment, she decides, let me show all these people what I can really do. She gets these struts on the dance floor, and she's doing all these moves. And everyone's like laughing at her and making fun of her. You got to learn that freaking lesson, dude. If I try to go home to a party and dance in the middle of the stage by myself with some whack-ass moves, you think everyone's going to celebrate me because I'm not green? No, I'll get made fun of too. It's a welcome message to reality. It's, why are you so shocked? And then Glenda has to go up there and help her, and she does the same moves. That was so freaking whacked. And then so she does the same moves Elsbeth did, and all of a sudden now it's amazing. And everyone has to imitate these moves. So the entire audience are all doing the same moves. They're dancing around. All of a sudden music kicks in.
Bro, that was a tearjerker. For the whole movie theater.
Freaking whack, bro. So gay.
Well, was sobbing and
I hated it. It was so stupid. You know what? It's very contrived. That's the best. It's freaking contrived. These directors and writers said, how can we hook these people to make them really love these characters? He's like, I know. The poor Elsbeth, that poor green girl, all these racist people. And they got to be put in their place because she kind of looks stupid, but then the white girl is going to justify all the moves, and she does the same moves, and now they love the white girl, and they're going to love the green girl too. Oh, but it's so stupid too, is like, all of a sudden, she has so much confidence. Make up your minds. Is she uber confident and she will do whatever she wants, or is she incredibly shy and reserved? They can't have it both, because sometimes she's incredibly reserved and shy and reserved. And then all the minutes, she's like, yeah, let me show what I got, bitch. And she goes up there and she's like doing her moves. She don't care what the world has to think. And then they're like, oh, she does care what she wants. They do. She does care what everyone thinks, but then she doesn't care, and she does care, and she doesn't care. Make up her mind, bro. Does she care or not care?
We'll find that out in part 3.
Bro, part 3 is gonna be epic. I cannot wait.
The whole movie's like answers.
Everything you ever wanted to know about Wicked 1, answers will be revealed in Wicked 2.
Oh, man. Is it going to be part 2? I'm over here saying part 3. Why am I saying part 3?
Yeah, it is part 2, yeah. I don't know. The whole night you kept saying part 2. Contrived nonsense.
I want to know why her tongue is red.
Yes. To be honest, should her tongue not be green? Her lips are green. Her mouth is green. Her tongue should be green, too. Get on top of that, Disney.
Universal?
Universal? Why is her tongue not like a greenish hue? I don't get it. Finally, what happens, we get a little conflict now. All of a sudden now, Elsbeth and Glenda, they're kind of hitting it off. They're having a good time. And then introducing the conflict. Dun, dun, dun! The prince guy shows up and immediately has an attraction toward Elsbeth, or the Wicked Witch. Yeah.
Not immediately.
Immediately. So, what are you doing out here, sweetie? Yes, in the middle of the forest. He's kind of smitten. And then he runs into Glenda, and he likes Glenda too. Brothers.
And then they become an item.
Yeah, they become an item.
Yeah. Expected.
Yeah, this
as expected as Grumble not liking a movie.
If you're a straight man, this movie was horrendous.
What's worse, this or Barbie, man?
I'd much rather watch Barbie, and here's why. I'd much rather watch Barbie because at least in Barbie you had Margot freaking Robbie, smoking hot. I could not envision a more pretty girl in my life than freaking Margot Robbie. I would gladly sit through 2 hours of any movie just to watch that girl strut around. That is why.
I'm happy Miss Grumble's not gonna hear this.
No, so that is why this movie is a far cry with that skinny Ariana Grande and that monstrosity with skinny ass Ariana Grande. No use for her, and the other broad. No. Oh, and it's funny too. Is So eventually, the prince goes to the city, or shit's university.
She is
University, and there was not one straight man in this entire city. They're all
prince.
no. The prince was questionable too, and the way he's holding on to some of these gay men who are coming on to him.
He's like, "Can I ask you a question, baby?"
Dude, there was so much gay stuff in this movie. I guess it's 2024. This movie coming 2024. So much gay stuff in this movie. Like every guy, no freaking way they're straight. Even the prince's sexual is questionable. So I guess, like I said, it's 2024, and they had men hitting on the prince, women hitting on the prince. You name it, it's available to the prince in this freaking city. He had a couple goats.
Hitting on him too. I think Grumble came up with like a really good point, which was because I didn't realize it. Because I was like, yeah, all the animals, they talk, they do this, but the horse, the prince's horse, he didn't talk. He wasn't like, get on my back, son.
Yeah,
You're too heavy, bro. Stop feeding me hay, bitch.
Right.
I want a banana cognac.
I deserve better. No, yeah. Why is it some of these animals are sentient and can have a conversation, others can't? That horse, he's being oppressed. That poor horse is being oppressed like a motherfucker.
Is it because I'm brown?
He's a brown horse, so he's on the totem pole. Stand up for yourself, bitch. You got your rights.
Maybe he's mute.
He's mute. He's a one mute horse. That poor guy was.
He's deaf and mute. Yeah. Which would explain every other animal.
Yeah, Elsbeth,
I figured it out.
Defend that horse.
I figured it out. He was a deaf and mute horse. So all the animals can talk.
Right. Everyone else's conversations. That poor deaf mute horse is sitting by himself in the freaking stable.
Yeah, but that's still bad, bro. They're taking advantage of the
Yeah.
poor deaf mute horse.
Not
bro.
cool, man. Not cool.
Let me rest, bitch. Feed me an apple once a week.
That's another thing too. Is like I was saying too. Is like, I really tried to analyze and watch what are those people eating because they're all so pro animal. These poor I was watching. Did one person have a cheeseburger? They better not because that poor cow was like, no, stop! I don't want to die.
Okay, just chop off my leg.
Help! I'll give you milk, but no, you can't take my head on my.
Okay. One leg.
Here's some cheese. Leave me alone.
We see one-legged cows.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Bro, these evil humans were eating sentient cows.
Maybe they're eating Impossible Burger.
They all went to Burger King, all got Impossible Burgers and shit.
There's no meat.
Yeah.
It tastes like meat, but
And
there's no
one
meat.
person ate a burger, how dare you? That poor sentient cow fighting for her life, and you took it, and you're now eating a cheeseburger. How dare you?
My name is Daisy. Help.
Just like I said, that freaking cougar is in the Cougar Professor. He was like, what are you eating, bitch? Are you eating grass and leaves? No. You're eating cows and chickens and shit, and turkeys.
My mother-in-law.
Bro, that's so ridiculous, man. I always felt when they introduce animals that are supposed to be like sentient and intelligent, you better apply that to all animals across the board. And every animal, so if you get an animal that's a carnivorous, he should be the freaking villain because he's eating other intelligent, sentient animals. This movie it did not work for me. It kind of falls apart quickly. Was thought about this for the longest time. Watching this, you know what does not make sense?
What?
So you watched the original?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me tell you what does not make sense.
Okay.
Okay. In the original, the Wicked Witch has an entire castle, and all of her guards are all green like her. Mm-hmm. And I'm talking about like hundreds of these people, all green, hundreds look just like her, the big nose, all that. And they didn't give her a big nose. It was kind of wide. It wasn't that big. But where are all these other green people that she has in the original Wizard of Oz?
Yeah, but we don't know yet. There's part 3 coming out.
Oh my god. This part 3 better be fucking epic. Fill all these plot holes. I have a list of plot holes right here that need to be filled. And one of them is, why is she the only green person? It makes no sense. Well, because her lover drank that concoction of green shit. No one else drank that but her or her boyfriend. No, makes no sense. That's stupid. That's why there's so many things. There's so many things in this movie that did not make sense. And another thing too is they got to figure out. She enchants this. She eventually at the end of the movie, Elsbeth reads a fucking book, and then she starts chanting, and all the monkeys get wings.
Yeah, so there you go. They explain the wings.
Oh, okay. But why did they all team up with her?
We don't know that yet. Part 3, bro.
Oh my god.
Anything I don't know? Hey, part 3,
part
man.
3, yeah.
Hey, part 3. That'll be another question.
Why is she all green and no one else
part
is?
3, bro.
Part 3.
Part 3.
Yeah. Why is it called the Emerald
Part 3,
City?
bro. Part 3.
Why is the wizard so powerful?
Oh, I know that one.
What?
Part 3, bro. Part 3. It's like a cheat code, bro.
Why is it the diversity is off the charts? They have monkey and goat professors, and they got a problem with the green girl?
Hey, part 3, bro. Stay tuned for part 3.
Yeah. Bro, that could be our greatest episode ever. If you just tune in for that one, please.
Part 3.
All right, so...
Why is she always wearing black?
Right. Part 3. Bro, part 3 is going to be epic. I cannot wait.
The whole movie's like answers.
Everything you ever wanted to know
It's in
about
part 3.
Wicked 1. Answers will be revealed in Wicked 2. Oh, my God.
Oh, man. Is it going to be part 2? I'm over here saying part 3. Why am I saying part 3?
Yeah, it is part 2, yeah. I don't know. The whole night you kept saying part 2. Oh, and so the very end of the movie, they finally get to see the wizard. And Elsbeth was invited, but not Glenda. But she goes in. She kind of tags along. And they go to see the wizard. And for whatever reason, again, I want to hear the explanation for part 3. That bitch... And that bitch is reading we got this book. No one understands this book. It's a magical book.
Is it the Grimace or something?
Yeah, it's the Grimace book. And no one can read but the Grimace. But then Elizabeth shows, oh, okay. Yeah, blah, 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 blah. She's just reading like nothing. He's oh, look at her. She'll read that shit. Amazing. And then the monkeys get wings and stuff. And how does she know how to read that book? It's never established.
She's like Neo, bro. She's the chosen one.
Wait till second movie.
It'll be explained.
It'll be explained. Oh my God, this movie was so freaking dumb. I would love it if someone could explain why this is a good movie, because it was absolute garbage.
Well, you did say the scenery was amazing. Right? Like the visuals.
I agree. Listen, there are some positives for sure. I thought they did a great job with the visual effects.
After 40 minutes of negativity.
No, I agree. Visual effects, solid. But even that, hold up, man. Even the visual effects. At one point, they go to a city, and it's like 2 buildings. I was like, really? When they go to the Wizard of Oz city, it was 2 buildings. You can't. This is CGI. It's like you're building this shit. Put a couple more CGI buildings in there. It was 2 buildings. I was like, wait, is that the whole city? Damn, you cramped in that bitch. Yeah, it looked good, but make more than 2 buildings, please. It's like 10,000 people living there.
And they're always singing.
And always singing and dancing. I'll be like, yo, give me a bigger apartment. I can't live here with 5 roommates in my 200 square foot bedroom.
I got 5 roommates. And we're all cramped up.
It was like 2 buildings. Watch the movie again. 2
Please
buildings.
Building.
Yeah. And like I said, it's not they're building this shit from scratch. You got some carpenters out there building this CGI like 800 buildings, not 2.
You CGI, please, I beg of you.
I guess their CGI budget was limited because they were like, yo, 2 building is tops. That's it. That's all you're getting.
I can be a wizard too.
So yeah,
What?
that's what I probably had too, man. And other thing too is the diversity. The diversity is off the freaking charts. You get every race represent every race. You got handicapped, you got black, you got Asian, you got Hispanic. You name it, they're there, and they're having a grand old time, I guess. But one thing I've never seen before: green. That's like the. So even the black people are racist against green people because they never saw green. Like, what is that abomination? Get out of our city. And you would think she would have fit right in when she got to the Emerald City. That bitch is green too. They're, oh my God, this is our queen. Welcome her. Nope. They're like, who is
That's
that?
what she was destined to be. She was destined to be, you know, the
If
showrunner.
there's one
bro.
person, if there's one place, the Esmeralda, Elizabeth should have been accepted was the Emerald City. They said, oh, our queen. Welcome home. Nope. They don't like her green ass there either.
We don't like you. You better leave.
Now get the fuck out of our city.
This city's for everybody but
Our city's for black and brown and white, but you greenies gotta go. Let us get to our final reviews.
I'm so frustrated. I got to see this twice, bro.
I'm gonna
That's money not well spent.
no. I'm gonna take a step back and think about this for a moment, and I'm gonna give this movie, everything considered, with special effects, the CGI, the acting, the music.
Yeah.
But I'm giving this movie a 3 out of 10.
3 out of 10. Good lord, that's a low number.
Yeah,
3 out of 10?
3 out of 10. Oh man, it was a complete catastrophe. There was some decent scenes.
Too bad we didn't talk about those.
Yeah. It's called the Grumble and Grouch show for a reason.
Oh,
we're not harp on the
man.
positives.
3 out of 10?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to go a little higher. I'm going to go 4 out of 10. Because I have hope in part 2. Part 3. They're going to leave me wanting more, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm a musical guy, even though the songs suck, but I'm a musical guy. So, yeah. 4 out of 10.
It should promise, I guess.
Hopefully it has all the answers we're looking for, right?
Right. There's a lot of loose ends that need to tie up, and hopefully, they tackle all those.
Other than the whole animal, like,
That is
dilemma,
wait a minute.
other than that, like...
I do not get that.
Yeah,
Why
right.
did they put the animals? That was so
Correct.
odd. And
Even when, like, the goat man is trying to explain, like, their history, not once did they say the animals were harming the humans. So there's absolutely, like, no reason other than, like, you're just greedy enough that you want the planet
Right.
all to yourself type of
it
deal.
they did not do a good job at all explaining
Right.
what the beef was with the humans and the animals.
Right. But I think other than that, like, I thought it was the story kind of fit. It was okay.
There is some things to like here. There's no
Yeah.
doubt. Listen, normally, you know us, we'll give it like 1 or 2. But there were some things to like. I just wish that they would stop with the tropes and the all the white people are this, the black people are that, the animals are. Stop with the tropes. Just give us a nice, good story that I can get behind. And I just spotted a lot of tropes, a lot of gay stuff. I just did not like. I couldn't get behind. Instead of coming with a straight up, really interesting story, a compelling story, something you can get behind, they want to ride these tropes, and I can't get behind that. I don't like it. And until they stop with this and stop making such predictable movies, they're gonna get 3s and 2s and 4s. But break that mold, make something that I haven't seen before, something original. Then hell yeah, I support it. But if you're gonna stick with the tropes, this group of people are bad, this group of people are good, and that's not. They gotta pick on her because she's green. Maybe they have like talking goats and bears and all these animals, and because this girl is green, they're gonna. You would think that these people would have been beyond that at some point. They were like, you know what? Screw all this racist stuff. We're beyond that. She's green. Good for her. We love it. Nope. We're gonna make fun of her to the end of the freaking movie because why? She's green. Enough with this racist nonsense, bro. Let's just get beyond that and come with a different freaking storyline. I'm done with that. Come with something original, and then I'll support it.
Well said. And on that note, the Grumble and Grouchy Show.